Okay. So now I have 2 inches here, and I have 2 inches here, and that's what I'm doing. I don't know if there's rules. Okay, I'm going to put you on hold really quick. I'll be right back with a lighter. Okay, so I went ahead and clipped some of these, but I thought I'd just show you the last of it. So I clipped that there, clipped it about there, and then I melted it. And they didn't have a char on them, so that's kind of nice. But I did, each time I did this, think, ooh, really hope that cardboard doesn't catch on fire. I do have a glass of water right here I could put out really quick. Okay, so that is now ready to be glued onto this box. And so let me do that really quick. Let's see. I'm starting with just gluing this on the spine, and then I'll do the layover flaps. One edge of the fabric when I cut it was nice and kind of nice and straight, and the other was not. So I'm going to put the not quite so nice straight, or the not quite so nice edge to the back of the book. But then I did have an idea, so we'll talk about that in a minute. What I might be able to do. Okay, I'm going to stand this up on end. I'm going to take this. Let's do this from the end so I can center it. I'm going to lay this down. And make sure that it's sort of centered from front to back. This is going to be harder to hold into place and keep even. Well, I guess one of the things about plaid is you do have lines. So, okay, I need to bring this a little bit here. Good. So the only reason that I needed this cardboard piece was because I felt like I didn't want to just glue this to the board that it was on. I wanted to be able to put these cords on something else. You know, what if it didn't work? What if I was uneven? What if I didn't like it? And so, yes, if that question came to you of, couldn't you have just, yes, I could have just put it on this rounded faux spine of this faux book. But this, I felt like, gave me some wiggle room. Okay, so it's starting to feel like it won't come back up if I let go. It is okay, not quite. It's getting there. Okay. Okay, give me a sec here. Okay, so I got that laid flat. This is the piece of fabric that I had to put over the spine. But as I laid it over that, I realized it's too narrow. It needed to be a little bit wider. So I went and I just took another piece. And when I looked at the piece of fabric, I realized that this had been torn, so it had a nice straight edge. So I just tore this instead of cutting it. So now I don't have to worry about it. Now, this is now long enough to come down over the white pieces of cording. This one was not. Probably just the bulk of it all. Now, when I finish gluing this into place, the cording is going to show here, and I don't mind that except that everything on here is not pristine white, and this is very white. So I'm going to ink it. And I did a really quick test here, and let's grab a piece of white paper and do a swipe test. A little bit came off, but not a lot. And so I decided I'm going to go for it. Okay, so now I need to go and I just need to glue each of these ends down. And then I need to glue this. Oh, let's look at it from the back. I need to glue this down. And then I will ink the top and the bottom cords. And then we'll look at that. Okay, just a moment. Okay, so I got these ends tucked down with the glue, and now I'm ready to glue this piece along here. Okay, so that's going to come here. So by starting on the front edge, it's just going to ensure that the white cording is covered. And I am totally flying by the seat of my pants with this thing. It's not like I've ever done this before. Oh, well, let's get this pulled back up this way. There. And I thought, you know, I really might not like the way that this looks because velvet does fray. And I thought while I'm working on it, it may make a mess. Once it's glued down, it's not an issue. But I do have this craft cording jute with leaves, and that will follow very nicely with the theme. So I think I'll use that to cover this, this edge up. Okay, so that seems to be holding nicely. I was kind of worrying, or wondering, maybe I should say, about whether the glue would come through. There was a little hiccup in the video there. Okay, so now I'm going to just apply glue in all of this space and bring this across and then start working it like that. And I feel like I'm probably not too close to the camera, so that's good. Start. And just work this across. This fabric has some give to it. I feel like it's going to probably have some folds, some wrinkles in it. And I think, well, this is actually probably a good practice for if I were ever doing this on the spine of a book that I was actually making. Okay, so this comes across. And I'm just going to roll it this way. Ooh, it's starting to show up really nicely. Now, what I probably should have, just from what I'm looking at right now, is I probably should have used something flat versus cord that's round. It's very lumpy here. And so that's just a thing I'm noticing. So I had wanted to make sure that this side was good and tight so that I could pull this a bit, and I didn't actually pull it off. I hope I didn't just jinx myself. And so there's this. Velvet would actually like me to pull it this way. So once I've ruffled its feathers going this way, but I have it nice and down. Yep. then I can always fluff it back this way. So it's working. It's working. Just kind of work this down. I don't know that there was actually glue there. And then I guess, you know, the next thing to say, oh, if I do this again, or when I do this again, I would probably take a brush or my fingers and actually smooth that glue so that it was a solid, smooth. And that's going to give me better definition if I do that. Oh well, you know, it's called living and learning. And maybe doing that on a box that I got on a really good sale is a good thing, because if I'd done this on a book I just spent an hour or better putting together, I might have cried. Okay, it's the back side. I'm not going to cut this. It is sticking over farther than I would want it to if I was doing something on purpose, or something that I was going to sell, something I was going to take public responsibility for. But, ooh, maybe I can go in here, at least some places. Put a little more glue in there. All right, enough is enough. Okay, so we have glue coming this way. Okay, over the ends. Yeah, a little messy. But, you know, I suppose, obviously, something with leather has a capacity to flex and mold carefully around things, and you could get that to do that without, like, the wrinkles I'm getting in fabric. So if I were doing this with fabric, I would definitely want these ridges to be flatter than cord. So I would probably want to use kind of a thick, flat tape. But it still kind of looks cool. I mean, for a first try, not really knowing what I'm doing, other than what I've seen or taken in brief online classes. Okay. Okay, and the glue has actually worked its way out. Yeah, pretty much. And this is really wonky because I stretched it. It actually has a pretty scallop to it. So we're not going to call it wonky. We're going to call it scalloped. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to bring this into this. Not yet. I thought of something as I was pushing the fabric down, and one of the things that I did while I was straightening up was I sort of straightened up this stuff in my one of the drawers of supplies, and I saw this, which I knew was there and I use on a regular basis, but it's Rub and Buff, and I was looking at these ridges going, ooh, you know, with leather, you can, or paper, you can do gilding stuff, and you can use your fancy machines and make stickum stuff, and but I thought, oh, I'm going to use some gilding on this. Maybe. If it doesn't work, remember, this is mine. And yes, it will be a constant reminder when I look at my bookshelf. Okay. I kind of like using Q-tips, but maybe I need something with more strong rubbing power. I don't know if this is going to work very well on velvet. So we're going to call this a live and learn circumstance. And you know, once you start it, you have to finish it. Yeah, I can't Can't do the first one and say, nah, don't like that. Trying to stay just on this ridge. The paste is not happy going on velvet. Oh, my finger's pretty though. Look like a gold Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz. I'm not going to do that much. Ooh, the chicken Goldfinger. No, no, no. I have it under my fingernail. Blech. Oh, but look at that. I think it's... Okay. Apparently a super long, try it out for Halloween stiletto nail works really well as a scoop. Okay. Now I'm rubbing it on this cord on the edge, and it's taking it well. So I think that means that I won't bother to ink it with the archival ink that I was going to put there. There are a few threads here, and as this glue dries, I'll be able to just snip those off. And yeah, it's a mess. So now it either looks like a, well, good try, Kath, and do this again sometime, or it looks like a super old book once it's on the shelf that the gilding is worn off of because it's such a well-loved book of some sort. No title left. Of course, old books didn't have titles on their spines, like if you go back far enough. So if you go back a little bit farther, they were made out of papyrus and they were rolls of sheepskin and rolls, so I don't know. Okay. It's a mess. But it's my mess, and the book is going, or the faux book box is going to do its job. So I can handle it. Now I know I'm not going to put gilding on velvet. And let's see, what else do I know? I probably don't want to use tall, rounded cording. And I know that once it is sitting back on the shelf, and I'm not looking at it super close, whoops, I was going to rotate you up a little bit, that it probably doesn't look as bad as I think it does from afar. Camera's going to drop down. Okay, so there's that. Oh, I set it up and got gilding here. So let's see, I have a piece of paper towel I was using for something. Nope. Okay, the book's going to have to stand up on end for a minute. And let's get a wipe and see if I can clean it off with a wipe. Let's see if I can get the wipe out, because, I have this ridiculously long stiletto thumbnail. It's the middle of September, and I was like, oh, what happened was my thumbnail broke. And it broke back really far. And I thought, just to protect my fingertip, because it's not been smacking against things for a long time, because it wasn't quite as long as this one. I know I did talk about that on a previous video. But I was like, I could put a short nail on. Oh, look. Now I have pretty black and gold nails. Yay. Ugh. That's nasty. Okay. Anyway, I thought, well, just glue that on there. Try that. That's gold too. Well, this might be the best results of my experiment, is that I got gold and black nails. Okay. So, yeah, sure, whatever. All right, that's been put away. Oh, sanitizing wipes need to be put away. Keep that out in case I do manage to transfer any more gold onto my cutting mat. didn't come off all the way. So I just have a prettier cutting mat than I had before. Some people are so lucky. Okay, can't lay this down because the gilding is still drying. So we'll just open that up. And I'm just going to lay glue along this edge. So I picked this up at Michael's. And they were having a sale. It was some kind of a... it was crazy. It was buy 2, get 3 free. And, you know, when you see that kind of pricing, you know that that's been marked up so high to let them do that. Even if they were using it as a lost leader, but I've seen it a few times, so... yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that. Okay, so I need this to kind of set up a bit. And then I can trim these edges up and then just glue these pieces down. I won't bore you with that. Okay. Then I saw it for sale, this trim. I saw this trim for sale on Amazon. And it was about the same price as this was before it was on sale at Michael's. So, yeah, you really do have to watch your... sorry, got a little gold here, and I think I now have a gilded glue bottle. I'm leading the life, I'll tell you. So you do really have to look at your prices. It pays to take a little bit of time and get that glue down. And so this is actually taking care of some of that. Get so distracted by gluing I can't talk. So yeah, watch your prices. Don't just grab the first thing assuming that it's going to be the cheapest price. And then, of course, if this came in a buy 2, get 3 free, and I get 5 for the price of 2, I might as well just shop locally. Yes, it's a big corporation, but they're paying for a rent in the shopping center, and they are paying employees. Those employees are paying rent or house payments, and they're buying groceries locally. So it works. It works well enough. Ooh, sorry about that. Although a small independent fabric and trims and notion stores is something we really do need in Tucson. Okay, so that, without putting it down, is what that looks like, which is really cute. And from far enough away back, that's probably going to look a bit leatherish. Now I just need to put something here. We can do that really quick. I'm going to just step away and pull out something. Okay, I'm back. Let's look at this one. I actually have 3 of these, and they just hold my small bits and pieces. Let's move you back. And this one happens to have what I have labeled as collage stickers, and then these are little papers. And this is the kind of thing I was thinking of because I feel like something like that could lay here. And to my eye, it's obviously covering something because I don't want to collage the rest of this up. But it's certainly better than looking at that. So I do want to use this over the stickers because the stickers are slightly translucent. It's not transparent, but This one isn't. Isle of Man road service. I wonder how much road service you actually need on the Isle of Man. Okay, let's see if we can find something that's maybe closer in color. These are nice. So this is kind of the same colors. And I'm going to lay it sideways so it covers the whole thing. So something not quite as directional might be nice. Whoa, what was that? Oh, maybe just a collection of butterflies. But I saw something back here. Yeah, as a rule, this. Okay, what are we thinking? Flowers with butterfly, bees. Bees are good. Or flowers and a possible sundial with... I like this one, but I like this one. It's got the right colors in it. This does too. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm picking one. I'm picking this one. Okay. So, we're going to get these picked up. I'm going to put these back all in here. Collage. Where did you go? Papers. Okay. You know, just in case there's something else, we'll do a quick shuffle. Quick shuffle. These are all aquatic ones. So, oh, I should remember this. Looks a little bit like gillyweed. So if I'm doing a Harry Potter thing, that would be nice. Okay, nope, I'm not looking anymore. Stop looking. Wrap this up. This was this was a fun project, using up envelopes and just one sheet of paper from your 12 by 12 scrapbook papers. And I am thrilled that I did this. I started off with just the one. I now have 3, and it really does help take care of all the little bits and pieces. Okay, let's lay this out without getting more gold stuff. Glue this down. I could pull a glue stick for this, but this is already right here, so we're just going to use this. Okay. All right. Well, we've pulled in at just over an hour, and I had no idea. So I'm going to tell you that I think that normally on a Finish It Friday video, you can expect approximately a half an hour project, or half an hour video with 1 to 2 little projects, or one bigger one. So let's think of this as the introduction and the letter of intent, and one project. But I probably will not keep you so long next time. Okay, there, see? That's nice. So yeah, it stands out as something different, but it doesn't stand out as aesthetically displeasing. Okay, let's see. If I set this down, no gold, little bits of gold. Okay, but no actual. So I promise I will trim up the bottom of this trim that I put on there. And this is now ready to be put into my bookcase with my other books and boxes. And it's going to look really cool. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for sticking around. If you have, be sure to hit the like and leave a comment and tell me, what would you do today on your Finish It Up Friday? I'm looking forward to those comments. Have a good one. Enjoy and have fun.